on into the 411 podcast. Yeah, it's Thursday. We are back July 14th. I can't even believe it, but just this month here is flowing by so quick too already. Mr. Neil Night Outing is in on Instagram. Thank you much for joining in. We have a very special guest tonight. All our guests are very special when they come on 411 just because they take time out to come hang out with me late at night, so that makes it a very special moment. And when two people get together, two or more people get together, then you have power. So we got power in this whole thing. So Miss Lakeisha McMillan coming in from Simply Unique. So when I talk about the music, I talk about everything. Miss Bethany from California, what's going on? How you doing out there? More than enough love. If you're out there, please let me know where you are calling from. So I talk about power music, right, and what it means, and how picking certain songs sets the tone, and basically where I'm at when it comes to the song of the day and stuff like that. So I had to take it back. 1989, me, myself, and I, De La Soul, 3 Feet High and Rising. Anybody out there ever feel like it's just me, myself, and I, even though it's really not? Because you got your support system, you got your friends, you got your family, you got all of that. But still, in the midst of everything, you might have all the money in the world, you might have the biggest house, you might have the flyest car, you might have the flyest chick, whatever it is. But at the end of the day, you still feel that something is missing. Me, myself, and I. Sometimes I take it there and I go real deep and I ask myself, you really alone in this sometimes? And I have higher power pushing me through, but I feel sometimes that I'm just, if that makes sense. That's why I always say I'm in my own world, because some people never really understand what I go through on a day-to-day basis, just like I may not understand what you do on a day-to-day basis. So on the day, me, myself, and I, De La Soul. Sometimes it's better off that way, because then you don't have to rely on, the letdown that sometimes come when you deal with other people. Me, myself, and I, De La Soul, 3 Feet High and Rising. Speaking, it's a very special thank you to everyone out there. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, wherever you watch. I appreciate everybody from all aspects. Neil from United Advertising, we had a great show the other night. I want to say thank you for speaking your truth and always letting us know and reminding us that, for me anyway. Thank you. I don't know anybody else out there. If you know me, you understand where I'm coming from. We have to understand who makes it all possible for us. And through all this, you never get big-headed, never act like you're the one who's moving everything and orchestrating everything. And Neil did a great job from United Advertising, speaking his truth and putting down first, basically what he says, all throughout the stream that we had. And we went back and forth and collated a lot, and I appreciate it. And y'all, because you start to act like you're doing certain things and you're doing things, and the creator can change things just like that. So always know and keep it real and give credit where credit is due, and just like I'm doing right now, before we move on. Definitely have to say that. Thank you so much, Neil. My brother, Mr. Nate Pay from Brooklyn, New York. We Good Media will serve Lid and Maury, Sheila McGowan. I'm on point with these names because so many people. She on a couple weeks ago. Please go ahead and check that out as well. Author Liz Krause. She was on Reading Between the Wines. And also my friend tonight, Miss Lakeisha McMillan. Thank you for supporting. Danny from My Survivor Voice podcast. Y'all please go ahead and check that out as well. For Shayla's Jewels, check her out on Instagram. Jason T. Davis, all the way from California, and Sev Raps. So that was a lot. Will serve. What's going on? How you doing? You are definitely coming in tonight. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. So let's thing and have this conversation like we know how to do. How often do you seek feedback that is used to help shape your character? For instance, maybe you are presenting something, just like I'm presenting here tonight, right? Maybe this is something on your job. Maybe this is something that you want to do personally. Do you seek out afterwards and ask people, so what's up? How was that? How was my performance the other night? Did I mess up anything? Did you see me do anything that was a little off? Anything that I could do to improve this situation? Now, I just spoke about work. Now my mind is starting to tick a little bit. How about these relationships that some of us are in? Do you seek feedback from your partner, your spouse, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, and say, how's this going? Is there anything that I could do to make this experience a little bit better? How often do you seek feedback that is used to shape a character? I feel, for me, at one point, there was a time where I didn't seek any type of feedback at all. If you told me something about myself that I didn't want to hear, that unsolicited feedback, I was quick to ready to rip your face off. And then somebody said, maybe you should ask people, somebody that you really trust. Ask them for feedback. Ask them how you did. How was your performance? And with that, I started to ask feedback. But then you got to be very careful once you open up that door, because then you got to be very careful with who you decide to confide in and get that feedback from, because not everybody wishes you well, and there could be some jealousy out there. There could be all types of things out there, and people who once were down for you, the next day they're not. So don't get it twisted. Be very careful. Seek their feedback. It's called constructive criticism, but be very careful of the criticism that comes that is destructive, that's meant to tear you down, and it can be sort of shaped up, dressed up, sized up a little bit different to get you a little confused. So be very careful with who you seek feedback from, but it's also good to get feedback, because remember, nobody's perfect, and we all can improve on any different type of level. So how often do you seek feedback that is used to help make you a better person? That's what it's about. Now, we already talked about unsolicited, but sometimes that happens. There's nothing that we can do about it, because it comes from all different types of angle. But with that, there's some difficult people involved with the situation. They might be set up, they might be sent here as a setup to have you fail a little bit. They wake up with an agenda. They wake up to hate. They wake up to come in and just destroy you at any means necessary. So, are you strong enough to have patience with these type of people? Because you never know where they're going to come from. You never know what angle, what direction, when it's going to happen. You could be up here, and you can be just on cloud nine, and then all of a sudden they're here to come and try to knock you down a little bit. But the best thing is that when you can stand tall in the midst of it all, you can stand in the midst of it all, and still be able to put a smile on your face and deal with these difficult people, and still go ahead and get through to the other side. So do you think that you're equipped and strong enough to deal with difficult people? And I would challenge you to be very careful before you say, oh yes, I got this, because what happens when they catch you on a bad day, when your energy levels are down and you're tempted to act a little ignorant? You got to be very careful. So think about that. And if you're not strong enough, I guess the other question is, what are you going to do to make sure that you stand strong and you stay strong and you're on your game? Because you know that it's a test. You know that it's a setup. You know that it's coming. What goes up must come down. All good things must come to an end. So that nice, vibrant, high self-esteem vibe that you got going on today, is it going to last? Is it going to stand the test of time, what's going to happen tomorrow? What's going to happen when you get some bad news? Are you strong enough to have patience to deal with difficult people? Now let's reach out to Miss Lakeisha McMillan, and see if she's strong enough to deal with some difficult people. Hello, hello. How are you?
Good, yeah.
I'm good. Welcome to the 411.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be a part.
Absolutely. Now I got some questions for you right off the bat before we get started. So, are you strong enough to have patience when it comes to dealing with difficult people?
You said, am I?
Are you strong enough? Do you think that you're strong enough to have a good level of patience when dealing with difficult people? How is your level of patience these days?
I think I have a good, strong level of patience. I try to think about the fact that you never know what someone is doing. So it could be that's contributing to how they're acting.
That is true. That is true. Either way you think about it, when you dig deep, that you never know what somebody's dealing with, what causes them to be who they are, which is so bizarre because I always try to figure out what in the world and why in the world is this person acting this way. And
Right.
specifically talking about the people that they almost like have an agenda to try to attack and tear down the next person. That's the type of difficult person that I'm talking about. When you know full well that somebody wants no good for you, but you still have that good level of patience and you still deal with them accordingly. Are you good with that? Because before, I was never good at that at all. When I knew you didn't like me, I was like, oh, okay, I got you.
A long time ago, yes, I didn't have the patience. But I got older and learned more about myself and the things that people deal with, and I kind of thought about maybe something contributing to it. And I also think about the fact that some people don't have your best interest at heart. So keep your circle small. You know, you don't have to trust everybody, but you can still be polite and courteous and keep it moving.
I hear you on that. I'm a firm believer of the word karma. So
I am too. I am too.
but I think about it a different way today. It's not so much, oh, you did something to me, it's going to come back to you. I don't think of it like that. When something happens to me, I sit back and say, now, what did I do to deserve this?
That's true. That's a good way to look at it.
Was there a point in my life when I was acting this way or producing this type of bad energy towards somebody else? And I had another moment today where I was like, I remember I used to walk right past people and wouldn't even say hi, wouldn't say anything. So the next time that happens to me, who am I to sit here and get offended or act a certain way? You know how many years, how many people, I did it to? So,
Right.
yeah, it was just a moment today with like that. I hate that they used to use this in one of my past work environments, but they would say an aha moment.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
It's so corny, but it's the truth. Though. Like, it's that, okay, I got it.
Right.
All right, so now we went in a little bit. Let's rewind this thing a little bit. And can you let everyone know where you're from?
Yes, I am from Charlotte.
Okay. Now, every time I have someone from the Carolinas come on, I always ask them which one is better, north or south.
I'm going to have to say South Carolina because that's where I'm from.
You're going to say that.
I migrated to North Carolina years after I got older, but and I've been here about 10 years.
So Carolina, but secretly deep down inside, you're that South might be a better one. I'm
Yeah,
not
you know, you gotta rep where you came from.
I'm not gonna tell anybody. It's just basically me and you in this conversation, and nobody else is listening. Oh, that's fun. That's funny. Okay, so I will tell you though, when it comes to exciting things to do, I feel that maybe South Carolina does have a little bit more entertainment.
You know, I'm gonna have to disagree. When it comes to entertainment, I feel like you have more variety in Charlotte, Carolina, and you also have a variety of people that are here. So,
Okay.
I think certain spots, the big tourist spots in South, yes, but I feel like Charlotte has something going on every weekend. So you always have something to do versus you gotta find things when you go to South Carolina.
Okay. Now, I don't know nothing about it. I'm all the way here in New Jersey, so that's why
I like Jersey too. I have family there.
What part?
In Jersey City.
Okay. All right. North Jersey. All right.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jersey City, Newark, New Jersey, all of that stuff up there, Patterson, all of that. Okay. Well, I'm glad that somebody's in love with New Jersey. I would rather have your weather. So
I like the weather.
I'm in love with it. Yeah, it's hot now. It's like 80 degrees now. Like I'm enjoying this now, but come November, I'm not.
Yeah, it's like cold.
Yeah.
But I like it because I feel like the weather stays more consistent up north than it does in the south.
Who told you that?
We get summertime weather down here, so it's definitely different.
I don't know who told you it's consistent. It's the same thing. All right, so make sure I got this right. You are the CEO of Simply Unique LLC. Did I say it right?
Yes,
I said it right this time. Okay. Simply Unique LLC. So talk to me about that.
So Simply Unique LLC strives to make sure that we promote self-care and add a simply unique experience to your home. So our products feature candles that are scented. We also have emulsifying bubbling bath, and we have shower steamers, which is one of our most popular products because people don't know what shower steamers are. So that's always a great topic.
Yeah, tell me about that because I don't know what that is. What is that?
So shower steamers are like bath bombs, except you can use them for the shower. You put them towards the back so the water drizzles on it, and it releases the essential oil, so it's like aromatherapy during the shower.
What is it, like stick on the wall?
No, you come on the floor, and then the water, as it drizzles on it, it'll melt down.
Gotcha. Now, you said something about bath bombs. So I've heard some horror stories when it comes to bath bombs, like staining the nice white tubs.
Yes, that could happen. Bath bombs based on how much color that they put in it. I make bath bombs because I feel like the showers are complex, so I don't want to add an additional item. It's a little complex to make similar concept.
Can you imagine getting a bath bomb and being all nice and relaxed and sensual and all that stuff, and then you can't clean it off afterwards?
That's a disappointment. I paid money and they can't fix this.
You don't got yourself together. You don't try to elevate to a whole nother level spiritually, whatever it is,
right?
And then you got to deal with that. That'll take you right back down to some different levels right away.
It sure will. And you'll be calling the person that sold it to you. Listen.
I see why you don't do bath bombs.
I'm not doing it. I try to stray away from the problem.
I hear you. All right, so you said candles as well, right?
Yes, we do have scented candles in different fragrances. I love candles because I love different smells. So I have a variety of fragrances. I have something for the food lovers. The most popular is lemon pound cake, and it smells just like lemon pound cake. And then I have the calming relax, so peppermint and eucalyptus. And then I also have something for the fellas because they like candles too. So my most popular is lavender and driftwood. So you get a woodsy note, but you also get a little dash of lavender.
That sounds nice. Okay. So how long have you been in business?
So the dry will actually be my second year in business. So I'm kind of excited that I made it through my first 2 years. It's definitely been a lot of growth and learning because I didn't have anybody to kind of guide me through this. So it's been an interesting journey.
The 2 year mark is usually, I think the second year is the toughest one.
It is. It's definitely been challenging. I think more so because I do have a lot of different things on my plate in the business. So trying to manage a business, I work full time in college and graduate school working on my master's degree, and I also have my own little family. So
Wow.
a lot of things going on.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't know what to say behind all of that. I'm trying to figure out how you do it, and I'm just was like, kind of like make a little joke because I know how it is sometimes, and you have to give up a lot. Sometimes you just want to give up. So that's hustling for 2 jobs. You got like 4.
It feels like it.
It is.
It definitely does.
I mean, running a household, that's a job, that's a career that people, I know people don't want to talk about it and hear it like that, but that's a business.
It is. Because you have different elements and things that you have to keep maintaining.
And you got to make sure all parties. Some parties you can fire, some you can't. You can fire your spouse. You can hire another thing or of age. So
right, you can't get rid of that. You think?
Yeah. That's what I say when it comes to dealing with difficult people. People that you can't get rid of on your job. There's nothing you can do about it. You just have to deal with them. Sometimes your kids, they get to a certain age and they act a certain way. You can't get rid of them.
Yep. Yep.
So, what inspired you to want to do this type of business?
So I always had a love for candles, and I got tired of going to different places. Bath and Body Works was one of my main places. Like, I get the Bath and Body Works candles. I can't smell them when I'm burning them, and that's disappointing because you go in the store, you smell them, and you're like, oh, this is burning my house. But you get home, light it up, and you're like, okay, I don't know what happened. So I got tired of buying the candles and making my own candles. So yes, I started making my own candles. I said, well, maybe I have a business because I have a lot of family members that have their own business. I said, why not? Why not try it? So then I added on scrubs, and then I said, well, I want to make a gift box. So then came the shower. I got everything that you need. So here.
I hear that. I was just going to ask you that question too. You said a lot of family members have their own business. So, like, growing a kid, what are some of the first moments that you got a glimpse of being an entrepreneur? Who inspired you?
I would say it came across the board. Like I saw my grandmother having my cousins taking those grass, and girls didn't have to do all that, but it still made you see like, okay, well, they're having their own, I'm gonna have to do my own. And so as we got older, some my cousins have different systems. So one has cupcake business. I have a cousin that does esthetician, and she also does her own lip line. I have a cousin that does fashion. So it was like, okay, everybody's doing something. Where's my something? I need to be doing something. So like, this is gonna be my business.
You have a model to sort of go off of a little bit. That's very important. So for those of you out there who have something burning in you, maybe no one in your family has ever started anything, and you might be stuck because you want to do something, but then you don't have a good example of what to do because no one before you in your tribe has done that. So just remember, if you're feeling stuck, you don't go ahead and make that leap and make that jump. What is that going to do to your children? Because whatever you out there, they're going to get it subconsciously too.
So, and it's sometimes you have to break the barrier.
Yes,
just because other people didn't do it doesn't mean you can't do it.
Yeah, because like your kids or anybody coming behind you, they're going to be looking up to you regardless. As a person is believe it or not, or see not, or whatever, because eventually you're going to be one in your group, and people are going to be looking at you and say, you put all this time, you've had all this time on this earth. What have you done? Somebody's going to be looking up at you regardless whether you think you are a leader or not. We are all leaders in one way.
That's true. And you never know who's watching you. Even, it may not be your family, it could be someone that you work with, or a family friend, or whoever. They're looking at you, but you don't know it. So always try to lead by example of what's going on.
Right. That's Leisha McMillan. Unique. I always got to check because I want to make sure I was saying it right. Because you know what I was doing all day, since calling it a different name all day, but we got it.
That's how I know.
Simply unique. Okay, so now please go ahead and let everyone know where they can follow you at. Tell us all about your social media handle. I know you have a website. Tell us all about it.
Sure. So you can find me on Instagram. On Instagram, it's Simply Unique LLC. And on Facebook, it's Simply Unique LLC. And my website is it's simplyuniquellc.com. And we work so you place where you can have it shipped only $5.
Now, when you're shipping, is that just in the U.S. or you do international too?
It is just in the U.S. I have been doing a little bit of international shipping because it's a little bit different. So once I kind of learn all the ropes of that, then I'll offer it.
Okay. So now, what's new? Anything that's coming new from you?
I don't have anything new as far as product. I have some changes that I'm making this year. Kind of, I know because I'm gonna kind of wait till next year.
Yeah.
But I do try to promote here. I am advocate of mental health. Because my master's degree will be in clinical mental counseling. So I try to incorporate self-care because before the pandemic it was important, but more so now because you have people who sit at home all day. You have people who lost their jobs, they lost everything. So mental health is starting to be talked about a little more. So that's something that I'm probably going to start gearing my business a little bit more towards and advocating that and making sure people practice self-care because at the end of the day, if you don't take care of yourself, how can you help someone else?
That is so true. I have a question for you. Speaking of mental health, everyone suffers from some sort of mental disorder. And then I'll let you answer that first. Do you think that everyone in this world suffers from some sort of mental disorder?
I would have to say yes. Because at the end of the day, it may not be something that lasts for a lifetime, or it may have been something that was a one-time thing, but we all go through different phases and things in our lives. I mean, I can honestly say that I've dealt with depression on more than one occasion, and that's technically a mental health disorder. So I would have to say yes.
I agree. I think we all, everyone, no one from it suffers from some sort of mental disorder, but basically who is able to push through. Some of us can disguise things a little bit better than others, and yeah, and it's all on how you do self-care and take care of yourself to move away from it. I don't believe they ever go away. It's if you are willing to let that side of your brain get the best of you.
True, and you have to fight hard. Even with depression, it's hard. You're like, why can't you just pick yourself up? But it's not easy, but it's not easy.
I'll tell you, I'll share something, that sometimes my brain is not shut off. And I was trying to take a nap today and just open up all types of doors, and I'm like, but not right now. We just can't open it right now. Like, I don't want to deal with this right now. And of course, it's affecting my sleep. So, sleep is affected, then of course, you're going to get a different side of me. So, no, I'm like, why do we have to deal with this right now? And then, I start thinking about this and thinking about that, and then I got this whole situation. So, self-care, breathing techniques, making sure you get your rest, making sure you drink enough water, all those things affect the stuff that you eat, down to right before you go to bed. What were you looking at? Were you looking at somebody shoot and kill somebody cursing out? We're checking out pulse are because
right. What was your bed?
do you used to do that before I went to bed? I had to check out pulse are. I was all about with fights. Show me them all, and I'm all into it like I'm the one doing it, and then I would go to sleep and then wonder why I would wake up ready to the show.
I have to be mindful of what I watch before I go to sleep, because I start to remember the things that I watch. And I always tell my husband, sometimes I sleep with the TV on. And so he's like, great. I'm like, listen, we can't watch if I go to sleep, because I'm dreaming about it and you're not.
Do you know that your brain is so powerful that it will remember every single that you see and hear, regardless of whether you will remember it or not? It is there and it's embedded, and we have the most complex, amazing thing that's sitting on top of our head, but it could drive us crazy.
Yep.
So I used to fall asleep to Snapped. What's the other one that? Oh my God, I can't even think. I haven't watched it in so long, but the true crimes and all of that stuff.
Oh yeah.
I would fall asleep and tell everything about it. So because I put all that in, it takes a lot to reverse it. So you have to bury it with all positivity, and so everything's so much different. But yeah, keeping the TV on at night, you better put some cartoons on and keep it moving.
Right.
And I ain't talking about Family Guy and American Dad.
No, not those
times. or South Park or something like that. But one more time, please go ahead and let us know where we can go ahead and follow you at.
Yes, on Instagram is Simply Unique LLC, and Facebook is It's Simply Unique LLC, and my website is It's Simply Unique LLC.com.
All right. Now, before we get into burning questions, I know you said you do some something on Sundays that's, very important to you. Simply Sundays. You want to go ahead and tell us about that?
Yes. So every month I host what I call Simple Sunday.
Oh, simple Sunday.
So on that day I have, just anybody. They don't have to necessarily own business. It could be like in a profession, or they have an important topic to talk about. And we talk about the things that they have, and I also allow them to try some of the products from my lineup, and they give a review on them. And I tell them all the time, give me your honest review. If you didn't like it, or if it didn't feel good. So I want.
That's that seeking that feedback, right? I talked about feedback earlier.
Yes. So I would.
Oh, I most certainly would too. Yeah, that sounds good.
Now, I've definitely had to use it. So.
Oh, yes. Now, speaking of feedback, have you ever received something that was not good?
I have received feedback. When I started my business, I just open it. I kind of get samples with friends and family members, and I even had a whole interview questionnaire where I asked them different things about the product. So that way I knew what I needed to try, or they didn't like the smell of the candle and stuff like that. So I've definitely gotten feedback on my business. Since I've been in business, I've only had maybe 2 people come to me and say an issue with the candle. It was something that was easily corrected. But even if I did get that, I'm open to it because we all have areas of opportunity. That's what I like to call them. So if I have an area of opportunity, then let me know so I can work on it.
And you know what? Had give you that quiz. No, no, I'm not gonna do that. Now you know that it was you burning that candle home. Nobody told you to burn it the way you did. So
yeah, more than that's the issue, and it was fine. I kind of educated them a little bit, and I said, but I appreciate your feedback. Yeah. And I always try to ask questions too, like, did you do this? Because of how long was the candle burning? So that way I can kind of gauge what happened, because I said everything that I have. So I know the things that could cause an issue.
Yeah. You're like, all good. We know that you did something wrong, but it's all good. We're going to go ahead and take care of you.
Right.
Now we're getting ready to get into burning questions, which is a segment of the show where I basically flip and put my guests in a hot seat, and we just ask some random questions, and it's going to be just basically your opinion. You give your opinion, and it is what it is, right?
Okay.
So
I'm ready.
The burning question is it wise to reason with an ungrateful person?
I'm going to say no. I don't think it would be wise, because there's no point in wasting your time and energy on something that they're not going to appreciate anyway. I mean, everybody's entitled to their own viewpoint, how they feel about things. So even if we're not on the same page, you have your view, I have mine, we'll just come to the conclusion that we can't be on the same page. And that's fine. I'm not going to argue about it. I feel like at this point in my life, I'm too grown.
I would have to dig deep and be like, it all depends on who the person is, right? Because what if it's like somebody that's very close to you? What if it's like a family member? Maybe it's like a friend that you know, like, or like that's like your best friend, and that this is kind of our friendship over whatever disagreement we're having going on. But wow, like when you think about it that way, how do you handle that?
I would say I also would like to argue. I would just say my views, and mate regardless. So it's not like I can change their mind, but I didn't go about my card. They can take work or they can do it.
There's something about when you don't go back and forth with people and you basically stand true, come from a place of love.
Right.
You continue to do that, which I know it's hard, and I spoke about before. You continue to show up and be who you are and treat that person the same way regardless, not to show them that you're having an attitude or you're looking for, by you coming up and showing that unconditional love and being who you are. It causes people to change around you.
And that's something that I tell like my really close friends when we're doing the honest thing. I'm like, do you want a real friend or a fake friend? Because I'll tell you which one. The real friend is gonna tell you that you want it and be honest. We're not close friends because we're both gonna have different opinions, and it should be accepted. But you still have the choice to do what you want to do.
Oh, when you think about that, when you think about the friends that you have, how many friends would you say that you have that are real, like that we can have that deep, honest? You might be pissed off at me, might not even speak to me for a couple days, maybe a week, but at the end of the day, we're going to come together and realize that this is what I'm talking about when it's that real friendship, it's that ride or die. I have you. You have
I have two friends like that. One is the other two I've been friends with since I was in Charlotte.
somebody's and I have one friend like that, man. When I say go in, we go in, and to the point where I thought that we were never going to speak again. Yeah, always will come around. So it's very rare that you find somebody like that. Somebody will tell you all that they have to tell you, while they're still protecting you, making sure that nobody else knows what's going on between you two. Friendships like that they're very rare for somebody like me anyway. So
I mean, they're rare across the board because I can think of a lot of close friends that, that I grew up with and kind of lost as I got older and became an adult.
Yeah.
And I mean, we still talk on occasion, but we're not close like how we were. So, I think as you get older, I tell my kids even now, some people are only in your life for a season. It can be a long season or it can be a short season. You may not know how long the season is going to last, but when those friendships don't work out, just know that may be the time frame. It might have expired. You never know.
Yeah, we have to learn how to just let that be and don't try to be holding on to the question, because the more you do that, the longer that's going to take for you to get what is actually yours. So that person was here for a little bit to just get you to the next level, and that next friend, that next lover, that next job, that next business is right around the corner. If you just keep taking and moving and keep moving and keep pushing forward and try not to look back.
That's true. Very, very true.
Even though I know it's so hard.
It is. Especially when it's been somebody that's been there forever. It's like, but that was my best friend. And I remember going through that for the first time, and it was so difficult for me. I couldn't get past why I didn't want to be my friend anymore. Like, what did I do? I didn't do anything. It was just anymore. You know, even to this day, I really don't understand why. But it was a lesson, and it was a hard lesson. But you know, sometimes you have to go through things to get to where you want to be.
Yeah, I hear you on that one. I take all my questions and I take them to God and be like, here, I know you said this wasn't, obviously this wasn't going to work out because they're not here right now, or this situation or that door got closed. I'm giving it all to you, and you just tell me why. You let me know why. You show me a sign or something of why. So,
right. Let me know something.
Yeah.
Help me understand.
I want to say thank you so much for coming on tonight. I know this has been long coming. We've both been excited about this for a minute, but like you said, everybody goes through something on a day-to-day basis. And the song of the day that I picked today was De La Soul, Me, Myself, and I. Every now and then, you know, I go through some things. And even, you know, everything is good. I'm here. I'm healthy. I'm alive. You know, had no issues today. But sometimes I feel misplaced. So I had one of these days where I was in my feelings. I felt a little misplaced. And I'm like, I don't know how this, you know, show is going to come out tonight. I have no idea. I want to make sure that I am giving my best foot forward and being the person that I know how to be here. So I had to dig deep and ask for all types of guidance and support from my higher. And you came through. Your energy level was on point. I come a long way, and just to see that you're able to carry yourself through this and need any extra help from me, because sometimes I got to pull people through. I'm at that point where my levels are just like, you know, spent a little bit. So you came through me the thing. I just want to say thank you so much.
You're very welcome. It was definitely a pleasure. This is only my second, so
Okay.
when you asked, I was like, oh.
Good. Now go ahead and let us know one more time where we can follow you at. If there's any special product that you want to go ahead and plug, go ahead and do that now before we're out of here.
Well, you find me on Instagram at Simply Unique LLC. Facebook is It's Simply Unique LLC, and the website is It's Simply Unique LLC.com. And go order you some candles. I have a special code that I'll post on my page just for you tuning in tonight. So I have it available on my page tomorrow.
Okay, very, very good. So we have More Than Enough Love says, good job, Mrs. McMillan.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Do you know who
Thank
more?
you so much.
You're welcome. You know who More Than Enough Love is? Does that sound familiar?
Yes, actually I do. That's one of my cousins.
Oh, okay, I was about to say, someone's calling you Mrs. McMillan. I know that that's somebody that you
Yes.
Thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate you. And have a good night. And until next time, take care. God bless.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You too. All right, y'all. So there you have it. That was Mrs. McMillan. So, Lakeisha from Simply Unique. Thank you so much for joining in. Everyone out there, if you're out there on Facebook, Instagram people, thank you so much for coming through. Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, D Live, Twitch, Daily Motion, wherever you are watching this from. If you are watching the replay, please go ahead and like, comment, share, tag your friends. Let them know what we got going on inside the 411 podcast. You never know what type of breakthrough you're going to get, what type of stories you're going to hear. I get surprised myself. Sometimes I have to pinch myself and say, did we just go through that experience? Was I a part of that experience? Because some of these conversations are absolutely amazing. My guests are, you know, I'm going to do what my friend Queen Dawn Spirit says. My guests are phenomenal. So, yeah, could not do it without each and every one of you out there. And of course, I could not do it without my executive producer, my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, for allowing me to come out here and give you 411 podcast one more time in life. If you would like to go ahead and support, please go ahead and click all of the links above my social media platforms. And I just named them: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, DLive, Twitch, Daily Motion, wherever you are calling from. Click the link above and go inside of Volume 1.5, the Liberation Remix Journal. That is my 30-day transformational journey towards a healthy mindset. The person that you see here today, some of the conversations that you got out of the show tonight is based on me going through my transformational journey, and I'm basically sharing a little bit of it with you as far as where I've been from my past, telling you where I'm at now currently in the present moment, and then I'm also letting you know where I'm going in the future, where I see myself going in the future. And I also leave it open for you to go ahead and write your own destiny as well. That is a 30-day transformational journey towards a healthier mindset for $7.99. And on that note, I want to say thank you so much to each and every one of you out there again for coming through and supporting a great show tonight. And on that note, I will see you when I see you. Thank you so much. Have a good night. Take care.